For all things Halloween, this is HauntFormer, and if the Mr. Incredible intro, I'm more of a syndrome myself, but if the Mr. Incredible meme at the beginning couldn't give it away already, today we're talking about the Halloween and Party Expo. At least some of it. So, if you didn't know, the Halloween and Party Expo, or I should say HauNTcon, which we haven't really seen anything from, so keep that in mind. Expo, convention, whatever you want to call it, is an event that takes place every January. It used to be in New Orleans, which I had the pleasure of going to on the occasions. And this year it's in Las Vegas, which I unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, didn't get to attend this year. But basically, it kicks off the Halloween, I can't really say season, because it's obviously not the Halloween season yet. Let's call it the Halloween countdown. Let's call it that. It usually kicks off the countdown to Halloween. We begin to see stuff from companies like Morris Costumes, which includes Distortions Unlimited, mask companies like Trick or Treat Studios, Ghoulish Productions, and the like, and companies like Sunstar with hints and glimmers of Techie and Jimmy products. So, it's a fun time for this community on YouTube to discuss and break down things that we saw, things we liked and didn't like. So, a lot of people, including myself, were anticipating the Halloween and Party Expo and covering it on the channel. Rather unfortunately, the expo was doomed by the virus that shall not be named here on YouTube. And because of that, a lot of the companies did not bring their A game. I don't know if their A game is hidden and we haven't seen it yet, it's in a catalog and they just didn't bring it, or if they just don't have the products available for us to see and therefore we may not even get. I don't know the goings on. There's a very reassuring Instagram message left by my good friends over at Lord Grimley's Manor, which, by the way, a lot of this stuff is going to be available on Lord Grimley's website, and you can pre-order it, and you can use my promo code, hauntformer19, to save 10%. Kind of a shameless plug, but also it's going to help you out in the long run for some of this stuff. Anyways, Lord Grimley's posted a really nice message, basically saying that this isn't everything, obviously, and there were limitations to this expo due to the virus, and a lot of companies like Morris had to restrain what they could bring. And when you look at the videos of the site where it's located, it's kind of understandable the limitations that went on this year. Though I think I speak for a lot of haunters in saying that this was disappointing, that we were excited for this, and were kind of let down with the results. I think it would have been a better option, personally, to do what they did last year and have the expo entirely online, so we could still see the products. It wouldn't have been as cool to not see official videos of it, but to still see something. And it is very possible. This is only day one of the expo, recording this on Tuesday. It's very possible we could see stuff in the coming days. I know Morris started uploading to YouTube with just a riveting animatronic decoration. But it still stands that we haven't gotten a lot in terms of animatronics. The only thing of interest, really, it was the new Distortions pumpkin scarecrow guy with a knife, who is cool. But I always like seeing the whole selection of distortion stuff, and unfortunately, we just are kind of seeing stuff we've already seen before. Now, rather unfortunately for some of the haunters out there, but fortunately for me, we did get to see most of the mask selection that we were expecting, mostly from Ghoulish and Trick or Treat Studios. And it is a restricted year for masks, I admit. There are some cool new labels, like the Munsters, finally getting that Spiral license, getting Candyman, Halloween 2's getting an upgraded mask. There are a few cool things, and I can maybe do a whole deep dive in the catalog. But I'd say probably the coolest thing coming from Trick or Treat Studios this year is that evil Chucky doll. If you wanted to invest in the Good Guy doll, or the Bride of Chucky Scarred doll, I think you may want to hold off and just get yourself the evil Chucky because he's the best one. He is really something. Aside from Trick or Treat Studios, we also have Ghoulish Productions, which offered more or less what they typically do, with a few new designs here and there. There are some really cool ones, like the Symbol Monkey, I think is a really creepy mask. Reminds me of the Romero movie Monkey Shines. As well as some little hints here and there. I think I maybe saw some Creepypasta characters, maybe saw a few other originals. There's some cool stuff, I'm not gonna lie. But for this being the big kickoff of the year, it definitely let a lot of people down. So that's unfortunate. Halloween companies, or vendors, if you're watching this video, I think something you could do to reassure the consumers side is maybe let us in on what's going on behind the scenes. I think we're all pretty aware of what's going on with the virus, and I think if we just knew, like, okay guys, here's the down low, we don't have the stuff prepared yet, shipping delays, I think that's completely understandable. Because when you think about it, the fact that we're not getting Halloween decorations in January really is a first world problem. It's not that big of a struggle. For us and for me, because this is kind of my part job here on YouTube to talk about this stuff, it's difficult, but in the whole scheme of things, we need the medical stuff and supplies to help people through this pandemic more than we need to see Uncle Charlie get over here on a cruise ship. So keep that in mind when complaining on the internet about Halloween decorations not showing up in January. I get it. I'm suspect to it too. But remember, this is really not these companies' fault, because I do think they would have wanted these products to be available because it only increases the hype behind them, which increases their sales. So, in the comments below, what is the coolest thing you saw at the expo? For me, it's either that evil Chucky or it's that Symbol Monkey mask. I don't know why that was so cool to me, but whatever. It is what it is. I'm curious to see the Morris costume stuff. Again, there's that skeptical part of my brain that's gonna say this is gonna be a lot of Reapers and clowns and the typical. But then there's a part of me that thinks they could do something cool, because I do have confidence in that company, as I do with Distortions, always, and as I do with the other companies that I've aforementioned. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and remember, for all things Halloween, this is HauNTformer. Banana da 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 dum 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 boom boom ba boom 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 oh ah ooh boom 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 mo 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 mo